block on either side of the street.
Wow.
It was amazing, and their doors were all open, so you could drive along, and you could get a kind of idea of how many people are in each bar.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
30 seconds, yes.
Okay.
I think I've got it on record. It's not.
Yeah. Did you just press record?
I just press record and play at the same time.
You just need to press record.
Okay.
But you're good. 15 seconds.
Okay.
10 seconds. Have a good show, guys.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Drag Show. I'm Stu Smith. This is Phatima, our guest for tonight. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
We're honored. What a beautiful makeup job.
Well, thank you. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Okay. When did you start that?
I started probably about 20 years ago doing makeup, and started first doing it in the ducal court system and doing drag and stuff like that. It was more self-taught, and then I met a person named Michelangelo, who was my drag father and taught me a lot about how to do makeup, how to make more dramatic effects, and how to create with makeup, how to take an idea and actually follow through with it and make it more. He did a lot of airbrush makeup without an airbrush machine.
Wow.
So yeah, he was a big influence on my makeup style and technique and stuff like that. And I learned a lot. And then just doing drag, and then started working in different clubs like Club Uranus and Decadence and all these early clubs here in San Francisco in the 90s. I learned a lot and got to do a lot more really fun things and just be kind of a creative entity, just do whatever you wanted to do and have fun with it, and people were into it, and you could be, there was a freedom about it, that you could kind of create an entity and create an image.
It was exciting because it was an open time. It's kind of 20th century version of the Wild Wild West, I guess. Yeah. So I love the way you do it. It's like you take your face as a palette and you start playing with it. Trying. I don't know. Is there a purpose in? Is there something you have in mind when you start doing it?
Sometimes, but usually I just kind of go. I start with a very simple idea, or I just kind of take. Just kind of. For a long time, I never did the same makeup twice, so I would just kind of start out with a line or an idea, and then just kind of how it developed would go with it and see how things worked. It's kind of a narcissistic thing, just to kind of like sit there and sit in front of a mirror and experiment and try things out and see how it works and how you can change your face and rearrange it and contour it and light it, and that's my favorite. One of my favorite things is to be able to completely rearrange a face by just light and shadow.
It's amazing. I mean, I love looking at the different things that any particular artist can come up with, and they I guess some try and have a kind of a static look, and to me, the more exciting performers are presenting different illusions, different faces, different personalities, and I love that because it's kind of wild.
Yeah, it makes it more interesting. There is a kind of, I do have like a standard sort of look at times when I'm not feeling particularly, or if I have to do a really fast, because sometimes you don't have that chance to do it for a long period of time, have like an hour or a half hour, I have to do a face in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and it's like, paint by numbers sort of thing, and you can, get ready, go out the door.
But you're used to that,
yeah.
So you probably have a variety of basic.
Yeah, there's real simple basic things that can be done that, you can take a day wear look, or a look that can be done for going out in a bar, going out to a club, going out and it can be done, like 5-10 minutes, and it works fine. The more elaborate stuff takes a little bit of time, but you can, as long as you get the basics,
Have you done? You did Tranny Shack at one point.
Yeah, I did. I started doing early in the time. I actually went to the first Tranny Shack.
Wow.
But I didn't perform there, and I hadn't really performed that much up to that point. And then when I did do my first performance there, was actually a striptease.
Oh, wow.
And I found this niche that it was much more of what I wanted to do, the more kind of avant-garde sort of performances that I wanted to do, because I didn't have that outlet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did go-go dancing and stuff like that, which you could do a little bit, but that was not as focused and planned out as performing, doing drag shows or performing at Tranny Shack, where you could actually come up with a full concept. And granted, some of my concepts were very, a dear friend of mine called it freak-tard.
I've heard that word only through you, and I love that word,
Yeah, it was kind of freak and a little bit on the retarded side, just kind of odd, not quite. Some of my favorite things to do are some, kind of something that makes people uncomfortable. Edgy, they feel uncomfortable, they can't, it's either slow or quiet, which are things that make people really, especially in a drag show, very uncomfortable, because they have to be quiet, and they can't, they don't know if it's supposed to be that way, or if something happened, or if you're just staring at them. It makes people very uncomfortable, which is amazing to have that kind of and also breaking that fourth wall sort of experience of not having, there's forced audience participation, whether they want it or not.
Yeah, I love it. So the first Tranny Shack, was that your first kind of performance art piece?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you go on with them for a while?
Yeah, I did.